what he just did there. You know, the physicality, what he can do and can't do. If you gave that to somebody that wasn't really ready for it, or you know, and I meant more like mentally or something, or that was easily corruptible, who's gonna stop you?
Yeah, so, and I know this is DC, but you know,
well, we're just talking about comics in general.
Yeah.
So, if you've watched the first Shazam movie, there's a villain. So the wizard is trying to find someone pure of heart to take the mantle of Shazam.
Yeah.
Because he wants his champion to help defend the Earth. And so this little kid, who's like maybe 10 or 14 between those ages, and you have to get a test because they have the 7 deadly sins. So if you go for this orb, it's like you're not pure of heart and you're gonna, you know, destroy the world through evil kind of thing. And so the kid didn't have confidence to be a hero, so he decides like, oh, if I can't be a hero, then let's be a villain. So he released like all the deadly sins and
it's
stuff.
It's Cyborg's dad. The face model voice actor is Victor Stone's dad. Speaking of DC.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how villains can happen when they don't have the confidence to be a hero.
Who was the main villain in the first Shazam again?
What was it?
What the hell is that?
I can't remember.
Was it little Mr. Mind at the end?
That was weird.
It's weird. I can't remember the actor's name, but he's known for playing villain roles. When I was looking him up, I saw what he was. But anyway, when I was looking him up, like, he looks short and small.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's weird how these DC villains.
Sad, that's his name.
Well, you talking about Mark Strong? The guy that played D'Amico in like Kick-Ass and stuff. Yeah, Mark Strong. Sinestro and Green Lantern. Yeah. Was it Dr. Savannah or whatever his name was?
Yeah. I couldn't pronounce it, so I just said that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's weird. You know who? Speaking of villains, bizarre villains. You know who I'd like to see? Mr. Mitzelpix.
Who's that?
Superman's villain.
The little tiny guy who wears a hat and all that stuff.
Superman, in the animated Superman series, Superman would always trick him into saying his name, and he would disappear. Voiced by
Gilbert Gottfried in the animated series.
Voiced by the late Gilbert Gottfried. Rest in peace.
That was.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, sure you do.
Yeah. That's been a thing, but he had to say his name backwards.
I can't remember how it was pronounced backwards.
It's Mix Yespitlik forward, and
Yitzhak Mick something. I just remember him saying.
Oh, he was in Supergirl.
Yeah.
I'm in pursuit of Martin Lee.
Who is he played by in
Dr.
Supergirl?
Michaels and the Devil's Breath.
I looked that up.
I'm not sure
Michael's alive, so that's good.
You know what would have been perfect for if he was still alive. Leslie Jordan. Not Leslie Jordan. He played as Leslie in Will and Grace. I can't remember his name.
Oh.
He recently passed away. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember his name though, but I know who you're talking about. Will and Grace is hilarious. Did you find it, Dad?
Yeah, they're just giving me all this stuff on the actual character, not the guy who played him. Because it is in the Arrowverse. What's his name?
You know, the one thing I will give the Arrowverse credit to, they brought in some of the most. They brought in a lot of C&G comic book characters.
Oh, sure.
One character I wish they'd done better was Argus. I was a little disappointed with him.
One of Arrow's sidekicks.
Yeah.
Peter Gadio is his name.
I'll look him up when I edit this later tonight.
Yeah, Peter Gadio is a British guy. Yep.
He's a British guy.
But again,
the British guy.
One of the scariest villains in the Arrowverse TV show for me was Vertigo.
Oh yeah. I don't like that.
I remember watching the episode, and I thought when I first saw the Arrowverse, I thought it was like I thought it was be like Nolan's Batman. Oh no, it's the Whip guy.
Yeah. But see, you're fighting on top of a moving van. How awesome is that? Of course, gravity doesn't apply. Momentum's not a thing. Inertia's not a thing. You know, because he jumps up and then comes right back down to the exact spot he jumped up. I mean, it's just, but you know what? You don't care when you're playing it.
We don't need no logic.
He is coming. He will destroy all sinners.
No, but
every church going group I see at con.
Oh,
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, see, look at that. That is so cool.
Like,
beautiful.
Yeah. Well, like I said, did either of you ever think about that though? When you're running around on top of those moving vehicles, like if you jump up, you should be back about 20 feet or fall off.
Oh,
the
like in
No, I can't say logic applies to my brain.
Like in Wolverine.
Yeah, because that's what would happen.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, the bullet train scene.
Yeah, you just
like when he jumps up, like he pretends to jump up, and the guy jumps up and just gets knocked back.
Yeah, because that's what would happen. You know, this vehicle's moving 50, 60 miles an hour, you know, even jumping up 6 inches, you know, there's like 8 feet of vehicle that goes underneath you. But who cares? I'm Spider-Man, I'm whooping the hell out of these demons, you know, webbing shit up, doing flips and stuff. Who cares? Yeah, it was like Sam said, logic doesn't enter into it. And that's,
I never noticed.
That's a testament.
Oh,
no, why would we do? Because it's a testament to how good this game is. Man. Look at that. The lighting on that.
I hate this. This is like, I think this is what people see when they're under the control of Mr. Negative.
I've been
who I can't wait to see
in
the game.
You never came.
I mean the movie.
Is it real or in my mind?
It gives off such a creepy, eerie vibe, man.
That's the whole idea.
Terrifying.
I mean, Spider-Man is not, and I think this is what people need to realize. Not all comic books and comic book characters have to be dark and sinister, and all comic book characters and comic books need to be funny and lighthearted. They can be a mix. They can be a mixture of both. I think a good example. I think an okayish example of that was Thor Ragnarok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was it in Far From Home where Mysterio kind of had
when he did that
thing?
the zombie stuff and his
yeah.
I did
that
like
worked.
I did like how in Far From Home how it was seemed that Mysterio was from a different dimension.
I was so hopeful that was our introduction to the multiverse. It's like, oh, Mysterio's
no,
gonna
I didn't mean to abandon mission.
What did you did?
I abandoned the mission. I pressed. I pressed
messed up.
Fucked up again.
God,
it's just goes show.
What a noob. What a noob. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna be off camera. I'm gonna shoot down to Wayne's place. He's closer to me than you are. Say it. Then
just go beat him up
for him. No, I'm just gonna go play it for him. Come on, Wayne. Right. Let me get on my PlayStation because you know it is possible to take over somebody else's PlayStation remotely. So
oh really?
You really think so?
Yeah, you can do that. The play share thing is pretty cool.
I really thought that I didn't know who Mysterio was when I watched the movie, and I knew nothing about him. And then I looked him up after we saw the movie. It's like, oh, you evil.
Yeah, you know it's weird because his comic origins. You know, he's a special effects guy and all that.
And I
was really hopeful that was going to be our introduction to the multiverse because that would have opened up a lot of the other stuff that we got later. But
wrong hands. This could.
Don't worry.
What a as much of a surprise it really wasn't because of course he's lying. Of course it's all fake. Of course he's a bad guy because that's what he was in the comics. My thing was I was just hoping that in the broad expanse of the multiverse, much like in Everything Everywhere All at Once, which if neither one of you have seen that, you have to. That's a fantastic movie.
I've seen the trailer.
It is possible to have a good version of yourself or a bad version or something like that. It's like, okay, they're going to open the multiverse. We're going to get an actual good Mysterio that might fall later. But no, we just got the typical comic stuff, and that's fine because it's
besides the helmet, I like the rest of the suit.
I think he's got
better than the big fishbowl helmet like in the comics. I mean, like much bigger.
He took Michael's alive, so that's good.
Run! Yeah. Oh, what was that? A garbage can? Did you see that? Is that what that was? Okay.
Whatever.
I think so. Great.
I remember the first time being introduced to Mysterio was in Spider-Man the Animated Series from the 90s.
That's probably a lot of people's. See right there. See how he jumped up, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. You should have fallen off the vehicle or just been in midair.
It's kind of funny.
But who cares? good. It's immersive. It's great. I'm here for it.
It's video game logic.
Yeah, and it's awesome. Who cares? It's great.
Yeah, Jim and I were rewatching the 90s animated.
Which you can watch all episodes on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many characters got introduced. Like there's Morbius, Scorpion, Rhino, and
Blade.
Man.
Yeah, Blade's in there.
Punisher.
The first episode is Lizard Man.
Yeah.
Which, you know what I kind of find funny? So he goes by, what, Kurt Connors?
Yeah, the Lizard.
And Lizard Man, first episode, around the same time Batman the Animated Series came out, I think like 2 years later. First episode for Batman on Leather Wings, Man-Bat, and the guy's name is Kurt Langston.
Yeah. That was a good episode too. That was a sad one. It was good though. The animated series, the last episode with the interdimensional travel when Spider-Man actually gets to go meet Stan.
Oh, that's right. He meets Stan Lee, the creator.
And then he grabs him, and they go swinging and stuff. That was, because that was Joni doing the voice of the Mistress of the Web. Oh God,
Madam Web.
Madam Web, yeah. And then, was standing there. I was like, how awesome would that be? And if anybody in the world deserves to get to see it actually be a reality, it would be, Grandpa Stan. Because
Stan Lee praised that show very high.
Oh, that's why he was in it. That's why his wife was in it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So
yeah,
what
that's what I'm saying. Joni. Yeah, Joan Lee. That was Madam Web. That was his wife. That's Stan Lee's wife that did the voice.
So
really?
We actually finally get to see later on a live-action version of Madam Web.
She's on the car door again.
Take two.
Yeah.
This episode's a mess.
No, I would freely admit I cried on that one when I got to see that, because it was like, just how awesome would that be for, the man to get to see that in real life. So that was a fantastic way to end that series too. That was really good.
Which series?
The animated series, the Spider-Man animated series.
Oh.
It came out, and then we got a quote-unquote sequel to that.
Giving you a new perspective.
Well, there was the MTV Ultimate and some of the others that came out that weren't.
Oh,
so good
not the CGI 2D.
Yeah,
no, not
that was
that one.
crap. Yeah.
It was like it was kind of like what they did was after the main Spider-Man, they kind of did like what
my abilities lend me a certain
Bruce Timm and Paul Dini did with the New Adventures of Batman and Robin with new animation and everything, but it didn't do well.
No, I didn't like the style of that.
I was waiting for you at
but I'm just saying they've tried to revitalize the series a couple different times, but that set such a high bar. And like Sam said, they introduced damn near everybody in there. Yeah, there's a lot.
Like Jim and I were watching it, and I kept asking him, I was like, "Who's that?" It's like, "And who's this? And who's that guy?" It's like so many. I'm sure it got annoying because I don't know who this is, and he said, "Watch the episode." It's like, but I want to know now.
Well, if you're not familiar with some of the older, way to
I knew who some of them were, like Punisher and like Daredevil and things like that. I really loved the Daredevil episode.
And also the Fantastic Four X. They even did a crossover with the X-Men.
Norman is a hidden cancer on this city.
Yeah, that was a tough one to beat because it was done really well. It was engaging.
Some of it was cheesy, but I loved it.
I will break it apart.
There was another thing too, since we were talking about like the logistics of all this stuff. There was even an episode in that series when he was, I can't remember what kid he was talking to, when he was explaining why when he grabbed like a pole or touched the floor or something, why his web shooters just didn't go, just off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said it had to be a certain amount of pressure rapidly and all that stuff. Otherwise, that's what would happen. Like if he went to go get a cup of coffee or something, he would instantly shoot his webs out. He would give a quote unquote logical explanation. And in the comics, I think they did the same thing. It was the pressure sensitive. He had to hit it like microseconds apart from each other at a certain pressure.
Was that why they?
That's why he's got the 2 fingers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it has to be double tapped, but only he's strong enough to do it, and is quick enough, with his spider abilities.
Yeah,
but
did they ever give
they
a
explained
reason? Did they ever give a reason why he does his web thing? Is like is a symbol for love.
It looks cool, dude. And if you're gonna, I mean, what else would you do? Just like flat palm it straight down?
I don't know. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Do jazz hands. Woo!
Jazz hands.
That's what it is.
Was it Stan Lee and Jack Kirby?
While he sits in his ivory tower.
You just imagine Spider-Man doing jazz hands.
I feel like as much as I do love Stan Lee, I feel like Steve Ditko and Kirby didn't get enough praise, just like how Phil Finger didn't get enough praise.
Yeah, it's just the guy that knows how to talk to people that did it. But yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, with Sammy. Yeah, exactly. Jazz hands. That's how he shoots his webs. Wayne, is that what you would prefer?
Jazz hands, like just
jazz hands.
Oh my god, no.
Or just do the doodly doodly doodly.
I do like
the fingers.
I do like how in
oh, it's fantastic.
I do like how in the Spider-Man movie and I'm sure even when they made the comic they were like trying to figure out how the hell they're gonna
come back to the light.
Well, yeah, how are you gonna represent that? I mean, what other way besides?
I'm sure Steve, Stan, and Jack were like, yeah, okay, what's the best way we can have Spider-Man do his web thing?
Well, there's a couple of variations I've seen where it's like, partially closed fist, like he's shooting it out and it's coming into his hand like he's already grabbing the rope, or grabbing the web rather. McFarlane did it where he was coming upwards instead of with his palm down. I mean, I guess you could do it backhanded. It looks awesome. I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to, and it's a great representation of what he's doing. And then you add in the fact that it was a mechanical device. How else would you do it? The tension, the pressure plate, and I don't think they really thought about all that stuff back in the day. He just shot webs out. But when you add that in, yeah, of course it's going to make sense. And then it just happens to be, I love you, but that's cool too.
And you said, who was it? James Cameron was originally going to do it, and he was the one who came up with the organic webs?
Yeah, he came up with the organic web shooters, yeah. That was his idea. I think I still have the Starlog magazine where they talked about that when he was still on board for doing it.
How worried should I be?
Kind of just want to do jazz hands with Spider-Man now.
Yeah.
It sounds hilarious.
And here comes
You're a
Sable.
popular guy.
At one of our next performances, Sammy, you and I are going to have to do that for the pictures instead of with the kids doing the web slinger pose. It's going to have to be jazz hands.
Oh, I'm 100% down for that.
Might have to do a TikTok of that, Sammy. Walk around the house and just jazz hands.
Yeah.
And have Jim Photoshop webs coming out or something.
You think you saved people?
Your fault.
How is this?
My fault. He was under your protection.
How is this Spider-Man's
Really need
fault?
2 of those?
Your
It's
men.
not blaming him for something she did.
Easy target.
We need to
And public opinion being what it is of him anyway, it's very divided.
I'll go with her.
Jonah.
Oh yeah, I can't believe people actually listen to J. Jonah Jameson.
Well, look at any